What if the opinions you defend most fiercely were never truly your own? Imagine being born into a room where every single person believes the sky is green. They repeat it every day. Your parents believe it. Your teachers believe it. Your friends believe it. The news repeats it. Books confirm it. The entire world nods in agreement. Now ask yourself, how long would it take before you stopped questioning it? A week? A year? A lifetime? Most people like to believe they are independent thinkers. They believe their opinions are their own. Their beliefs are their own. Their values are their own. But are they? Or are they simply echoes of the voices they've heard the most? Human beings have an ancient need, the need to belong. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the tribe often meant death. To survive, we learned something remarkable. Blend in, agree, don't stand out, don't become the outsider. That instinct still lives inside you, not because you're weak, because you're human. Think about the last time you remained silent even though you disagreed. Why didn't you speak? Were you protecting the truth or protecting your place in the group? How many opinions have you expressed because you truly believed them? And how many because everyone else seemed to agree? That's a difficult question, because conformity is almost invisible. It rarely feels like pressure. It feels like common sense. It whispers, everyone thinks this. Don't make things awkward. Why risk standing alone? And before long, you begin adjusting yourself, a little at first, then a little more, until one day, you can't remember where your own voice ends and the crowd begins. Look around. Fashion changes, language changes, opinions change, values change, and somehow millions of people change together, almost overnight. Why? Did everyone suddenly discover the truth at the exact same moment? Or did they discover something else? The comfort of agreement, the fear of isolation, the safety of belonging. This is the hidden power of the crowd. It doesn't force you, it persuades you. Silently, patiently. One conversation, one trend, one headline, one viral post at a time, until your thinking slowly begins resembling everyone else's. The frightening part is this. The crowd isn't always wrong, but neither is it always right. History proves that. Entire societies once believed impossible things. They defended injustice, mocked innovators, rejected discoveries, ridiculed visionaries, not because they were evil, because almost everyone else believed the same thing. Truth has never been determined by popularity, yet human beings continue acting as though it is. Imagine standing in a room where 100 people insist you're wrong. Would you still trust your own judgment? Or would doubt quietly begin creeping into your mind? Most people underestimate how powerful social pressure really is. Even intelligent people surrender to it, perhaps especially intelligent people, because intelligence often becomes skilled at rationalizing conformity. The mind invents reasons. It isn't worth arguing. Maybe they're right. I don't want conflict. I'll just go along. One compromise seems harmless, then another, until eventually, the habit of thinking becomes the habit of following. And that's where freedom quietly disappears, not through force, through comfort, through acceptance, through the simple desire to belong. The greatest prison rarely has walls. It has agreement. Imagine standing against a powerful current in a river. Everyone else is floating downstream. The current feels effortless, comfortable, natural. But you stop, you turn around, and you begin walking in the opposite direction. Immediately, you feel resistance. People stare, some laugh, others question your sanity. A few become angry. Why? because independent thinking has always been unsettling. Not because it's wrong, because it reminds people that they never questioned the current themselves. History has an interesting pattern. Almost every idea that later transformed the world was first rejected by the majority, not because it lacked truth, because it challenged comfort. Comfort is seductive. It asks nothing from you except obedience. Independent thought demands something far more difficult: responsibility. The responsibility to question, to investigate, to doubt your own assumptions, and to risk standing alone when necessary. This doesn't mean rejecting every popular opinion. That would simply be another form of conformity. True independence isn't automatic rebellion. It's careful observation. It's asking, is this actually true? Instead of asking, how many people believe it? Think about the moments you've regretted most. How many happened because you followed your own convictions? And how many happened because you ignored them to fit in? Perhaps you laughed at someone because everyone else did, stayed silent when someone needed support, accepted treatment you knew was wrong, abandoned a dream because people mocked it. Little by little, the crowd borrowed pieces of your identity until your reflection no longer felt completely yours. The law of conformity teaches that belonging is one of humanity's deepest needs, but belonging should never cost you your ability to think, because the crowd has extraordinary power. It can encourage courage or normalize cruelty. It can inspire greatness or reward mediocrity. The crowd itself is neutral. The question is, who is leading it, and where is it going? Ask yourself something uncomfortable. If every person around you suddenly changed their opinion tomorrow, would yours change too? If everyone laughed at your dream, would you still pursue it? If everyone praised something you knew was wrong, would you remain silent? These questions reveal more than intelligence. They reveal character, because character is often measured not by what you do when people agree with you, but by what you do when they don't. There is another truth most people never realize. The loudest voices are not always the wisest. Popularity is not proof. Consensus is not certainty. Applause is not evidence. Reality doesn't bend because more people vote against it. The strongest minds remain curious. They listen, they question, they adapt when evidence changes, but they never surrender their judgment simply to avoid loneliness. Remember this: every breakthrough, every revolution, every great discovery, every meaningful act of courage began with someone willing to stand apart from the crowd, not because they wanted attention, because they valued truth more than approval. One day, the crowd will move in one direction. Your conscience may point in another. When that moment arrives, you will discover who truly controls your life: the voices around you or the voice within you. Choose carefully, because following the crowd may earn you acceptance today, but following your deepest convictions may earn you a life you can respect forever.